Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel Freedom Tech, and in this session what we are going to learn. In this session we are going to continue our last session code where we detect the eyes. In today's session we are going to detect the blinking of our eyes for both eyes. Okay, so before we move to our practical friends, if you learned something from our videos, please consider to subscribe our channel. Okay friends, thank you so much and let's get started. So in today's session we are going to detect the blinking of the both eyes. Okay, for in last session, this is what our last session code, we have successfully draw the horizontal line and vertical line. Okay, if you don't know how to do this, watch the video and just first you need to draw the horizontal line and vertical line for your left eyes, for your one eye only. It means we can basically successfully detect the eyes. Okay, so now in today's session, as I told you, we are going to detect the blinking. So for that, first we are going to simply run our code from the last session. Okay, and as you can see, we have here a horizontal line and a vertical line. That's it. Simply I am going to stop the code. Now for getting the length of vertical line and horizontal line, we are going to use here center top x, center bottom x, center top y and center bottom y. Same approach for the horizontal line. In the horizontal line we are going to use the left point x, the right point x, the left point y and right point y. Okay, so if I print center top, okay, so if I print the center top, I am going to save the code, run the code. Then as you can see, we have here x and y points for the center top. Okay, so I am going to stop the code. So if you see here, there is basically 2 points. So this one is 0 and this one is the 1, means this is the index number. So this value index number 0, this value index number 1, x and y. So this is how basically we can have the horizontal line length and vertical line length. Okay, so let's just mention the vertical line length. We are going to use here from math hypot function, which we already import in last session. From math import hypot. Okay, so hypot, and inside that we are going to mention our center top and center bottom. So first center top 0 means this value, this one is the 0 and this one is the 1. Okay, so center top 0 minus center bottom 0, then center top 1 minus center bottom 1. That's it. The same approach for the horizontal line. So horizontal line length is equal to our hypot function. Then horizontal line is basically what? Left point and right point. So we need to mention left point 0, right point 0, left point 1 and right point 1. Okay, means these two values 0 and 1, the index number. Okay, so left point 0 minus right point 0. Okay, then left point 1 minus right point 1. That's it. So vertical line length is equal to hypot is our function which we already import from math, import hypot. This is what the function hypot. Then center top 0, center bottom 0 means this value, the first index number is 0, then center top 1, center bottom 1. Okay, the center bottom is like this way because we mentioned a center bottom like this way. So center bottom, then hypot left point 0 for horizontal line, left point 0, right point 0, left point 1 and right point 1. So now we have the length for our vertical line, also the horizontal line. So now if we mention the ratio is basically now what? Ratio is basically the horizontal line length divided by vertical line length. Okay, so horizontal line length. Okay, this is what our horizontal line length divided by a vertical line length. Okay, now we can simply print a ratio. Okay, save the code and run the code. So if you see here, there is a value. Okay, so if I blink my eyes like this way, you can see the value is basically 4 and something 5. Okay, 4 3 5. Okay, like this way. If I close my eyes, of course I can't see here, but you can see there is a value between 4 and 5. I close the eyes. Okay, so remember one thing, in your case there is a something difference because there is the difference between your camera and your face, the value will be changed. Okay, so you need to check what is the best point for the ratio. Okay, then you can mention the condition, the if condition. Okay, so now what I am going to do, because I have already know what is the perfect ratio here, so I am going to mention here if ratio is greater than, let's say 5.1, then we can put the text which is the blinking. Means if ratio is this is what our ratio, if ratio is 5.1, then it's detected the blinking, the status is blinking basically. So I'm going to, let's say cv2.put text, and we are going to put the text on our frame as we always do. Okay, frame, then we need to mention what we want to put the text, means what is the text. So blinking, then we need to mention the coordinates of 50 and 150, then the font I have already mentioned over here font. Okay, if I go up, as you can see I have already mentioned the font is basically cv2.font harshape plain. So you need to mention over here a font. Okay, font is equal to cv2.font harshape plain. That's it. You can use any other fonts. Okay, so scroll down, then font, I have mentioned font, then then 7, then the color, and then the thickness. Okay, so if ratio 5.1, we will see the text which is the blinking on our frame. So I'm going to save the code and I'm going to run the code over here. Okay, so this is what our frame, and I'm going to make like this way. As you can see, I blink, there is a text on our screen blinking. So we are only detecting the one eye, so we need to detect here our both eyes. Okay, So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to use here a same approach for our right eye. So for that, we are going to create here a function, and we are going to use the function. So simply what we are going to do, we are going to copy from left to ratio. Okay, so just copy it all the thing, start with the left point and end with the ratio is equal to horizontal line. Simply copy it, or let's just make cut. Okay, and then come to the up, and here we are going to create the function. So function name def, let's say get blinking ratio. Okay, get blinking ratio, you can mention any name. Okay, so get blinking ratio is basically what we copy it, just paste over here. Okay, get blinking ratio. Now inside that we need to mention the eye points and the facial landmarks. Okay, so let's just mention eye points and the facial landmarks. Okay, so eye points and the facial landmarks. Now what we want to do here, I'm going to open, let me just first save the code. I'm going to open our image. So this is what our landmarks image viewer. So this is what our image. Okay friends, so what we are going to do here, instead of mentioning the points number, we are going to mention their index number. Means this is the 0, start with 36, so this is the 0, 37 1, 38 2, 39 3, 44 and 41 5. This is what the index number of our first eye points. Same approach for the second eye. This is one the left, this one is the right. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4 and 5, this is what the index number of our points, the eye points. And this is what here it is also same approach, 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. So now we are going to mention the index number. So I'm going to minimize the image. Okay, so here where we mention our points number, so we are going to mention their simple index number. So 36, as I told you, 36 is the index number of 36 is basically the 0. So we need to mention a 0. So like this way, eye points, then mention the index number. So 0 is the 36 index number. Then again here also 36. So we need to mention 0. So eye points 0. Okay, so same approach for all these points. 39, so 39, open the image. So 39 is basically what is the index number for 39? So 0 1 2 and 3. 39 index number 3, because 0 1 2 3. Okay, so 39 eye points. Inside that we need to mention the 39 index number, so 3. Then here also points 3. Then 37, so 37 is the second, not sorry second, this one is the first. Okay, so 37 is first and 38 is our second. Okay, so simply mention 37, this one is the 37 eye points, the first index number, and 38 is basically the second index number. So first we need to mention the eye points, that's it. Now the 41 is basically the last point, which is the fifth number, and 40 is the fourth number. Okay, so this is the 41, so we need to mention a 5 index number, and then first we need to mention eye points, then here also same approach for the 40 I points, then we are going to mention a fourth. That's it. So we successfully change the points with their index number. Now what we want to do here, because we mentioned the landmarks as a facial landmark, so we need to mention here a facial landmarks, and here also the facial landmarks, here also facial. So friends, we have successfully changed the things because we mentioned our function like this way, ipoints and facial landmarks. So we need to change here ipoints, then we change their points, the points with the index number, okay, then also change the landmarks, just we need to change the facial landmarks, okay. So simply save the code. Now also what we want to do here, we want to return the ratio. So here return ratio, that's it. Save the code. Now come to end. So here what we want to do here, we need to simply mention now the ratio for left eye and the right eye. So let's just first create the left eye ratio. So left eye ratio is equal to, we need to mention our function. So our function name is what? Our function name is get blinking ratio. So get blinking ratio, we need to mention that, get blinking ratio, okay, get blinking ratio. Then inside that we need to pass the points for left eyes. So left eye point is what? Left eye point is 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 and 41, okay. So we need to mention like this way, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 and the 41. Then we need to pass the landmarks, okay. So get blinking ratio is basically our eye points and the landmarks, okay. Because we mentioned our function like this way, we need to pass eye points and the facial landmarks. So for that we need to mention here the left eye ratio is basically our function get blinking ratio, and inside that we need to mention the left eye points. In this case the points are 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 and 41. So I need to mention these points over here, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, then landmarks, that's it. So now same approach for the right eyes. So right eye ratio is equal to our function name get blinking ratio, and inside that we need to pass again eye points of our right eye, which is the 42, 43, 44, 45, 46 and 47. So start with the 42, end with 47, okay. So let's just mention 42, 43, 44, 45, 46 and 47, that's it. Then we need to mention our landmarks, okay. So this is how we need to mention the left eye ratio, right eye ratio, okay. So now we have the left eye ratio and right eye ratio. Now what we are going to do, I am going to simply save the code and I am going to mention here right, just a minute, right eye ratio. So save the code and let's just see the magic. as you can see here, we have here now there is a line in my both eyes, and as you can see it says also the blinking. Okay, so actually it's detecting only the left one eyes, not right eye. Okay, so how to get for the both eyes? Okay, so what we are going to do here, we are going to simply mention like this way. So blinking is equal to left eye ratio plus right eye ratio divided by 2. Then we will get the blinking for the both eyes. Okay, so left eye ratio plus right eye ratio then divided by 2, then we will get a blinking. Now we need to mention here a blinking. Just remove and mention the blinking. Now if I save the code and run the code, then we will have now the blinking for our both eyes. So if I make like this way, as you can see it says the blinking. Now if I close my one eye, as you can see there is no blinking because we make the blinking for the both eyes. So if you want to detect the blinking, we need here our both eyes. Okay, as you can see it's working perfectly, blinking. So this is how, friends, with the help of dlib and opencv, you can basically detect the blinking of eyes. Okay, I hope you learned something from this video. We'll meet our next video. Till then, thank you, take care, and bye bye.